I started riding bulls probably when I was 13, 14 years old. Fast forward a bunch of years, I was at the peak of my bull riding career, and I was training on the side, physically training. And one of my clients, offered me a job in the middle of this and telling me to work with kids. And he spoke to me and said, God honors those that honor him with their talents. Various conversations came about through that, and after a broken arm, I ended up down there trying to do what I could to kind of fill the role that he needed, and it shifted from there.
What am I waiting for?
Drop his head.
Drop his head. Do what else?
Kids, they'll rise to the bar if you set it higher. They always want to love, they want to achieve stuff. When they start looking towards me for mentorship and connecting the dots between their own household and the things that I'm teaching them, like that tells me, hey, they're getting it. It's like fruit of the tree. You can tell apple is the apple tree, and kid the same way. You can tell they're growing because their actions show it. At Just Believe, we teach agricultural trades. Our focus is getting kids invested in this and hooked to each other by Western sport. There was per se a secret sauce on why horses are effective. It is the language barrier. They don't speak. So you have to be so intentional in your movements, your actions, body awareness to teach or to comply or to get along with them, either one. A lot of times kids are in such a rush to express themselves, but they don't have the words to do it. This literally alleviates that, and they have to be self-aware of what they're doing to get the certain reaction that they're getting out of their horse. It's teachable all day. You can teach them how to train, but you can teach them how to speak to their own behaviors through the lens of a horse.
My job is to connect with nonprofits in Louisiana, and whenever I saw that he was from Houghton, I just had to connect with him. So I went out there and I got to see what they do, and it really was amazing. The kids were learning life skills. They really were. They were learning skills that could potentially turn into a job later. But they were also learning how to build confidence and teamwork. They were learning how to have confidence in themselves and how to work with others.
A typical day, we wake up pretty early, 4:30, 5 o'clock, go outside, we're saddling, riding horses, finish that, riding, working our chores, feeding and watering all our animals. Some of the bigger lessons that we're teaching are self-sufficiency, responsibility, and taking ownership, whether it be an animal or, their actions.
The thing that I like about Jamon is that he's always trusting me with everything, trusting me with his life. And being trusted like that just made me feel important and safe around him.
I have 3 kids that I know for a fact I can see the work being done in them.
You got 2 or 3 times for her to learn to stand up, because every time she's coming around here.
Joe is definitely one of them. I've known Joe since he was 7th grade, and I've watched him go from, old Joe to new Joe. And I realize it every day the more that I watch him work with some of these other kids. I have another kid named Kingston. He's 9 years old. I met him when he was 6. And I just watch him step into his true self, where he's realized he probably don't want to be a cowboy that much, but he still understands that he has so much to offer this program by his presence. And then there's another young lady by the name of Carmen. She's had some really tough stuff happen in her last couple years, and man, her resiliency to stay focused and to stick to what she really wants to do, it blows my mind. She's willing to do anything as long as she can be around this stuff.
There we go. Did he hop in the right lead?
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
He's taken that emotion that he had for riding horses and taking care of animals and putting it into the younger generation that's coming up. My daughters have just started riding at Just Believe. The change at home, what I've seen since they've been working with the horses is they've made a change at home for the better. Not being as closed up in the room. I mean, a teenager is gonna sit in a room and watch her phone and that kind of thing. Instead, they're outside, they get out there and play more.
I hope that this grows. I hope that this gets more exposure. I hope more kids get to come out and experience it and learn more trades. It is life-changing.
When I'm around Jamon, I just want to be a better person and a leader. I just help out the best way I can and try to step outside the box, showing people that you can be different. I think, because I wear boots every day to school. And at first, everyone was like, what? And then after that, everyone else started to wear boots, and I became just this instant role model as a freshman. I think just the biggest thing, being the leader, leading the right way, and just pouring into people that's younger than me and showing them that you don't have to do this because you're in the inner city. You have to be a product of your environment. You could definitely be different.
I don't really know what the emotional payoff is. If I was to die tomorrow, I can't take none of the stuff I've made, but if I know for a fact that the next person has something to pour into somebody else, I feel like it's not time lost. I can't speak to how far it's gonna go. All I know is if I do my part every day, 30 days later, be 30 times better.